Thank you. I try. So the reason I asked that is because, like, I don't know exactly what, I know you own a gutter company, and I kind of want to get into that a little bit, but like, I don't know what your day-to-day life is like. When I'm at work, I spend a lot of time walking from, we have several buildings on the campus that I work at, and I have to commute from building to building throughout my entire day. And similar to you, like, I just kind of think of off the wall things that don't make any sense, and they make those topics make me laugh, and so I'll build jokes out of them. So walking like back and forth from building to building, I've written a brand new joke just out in the world, and then I'll take those jokes and like try to throw them out at people, in conversation, and just kind of see if they land before I take them on stage. And so you were talking about your process earlier. I was kind of curious if that's relatable to how you do things, or do you straight wait until you get on stage to see if it works?
I like to, as I'm working, think of something, stop what I'm doing, whether it's on the ladder, on the roof, on the ground, write it in real quick, and then keep going. And then what I like to do is, on the way home from work, I find myself doing is I might look at the note because I'm stuck in traffic and say it out loud on the way home. I found a lot of funny, and I've worked out a lot of jokes in that, just in traffic jams, because one thing I know is I go everywhere for work, and I go where the place calls me. So I'm always on 275 or 75 on the way home. So you can imagine I'm sitting there. Mm-hmm. So I've always worked out my jokes during that time. I've always tried to do jokes or look at something, worked out at lunch, and then how can I make this a joke and think of it out loud? So that's how that came about. But when it comes to gutters, I got into the gutter world on a random tip. I don't want to get into a long story, but long story short, I went to University of Cincinnati for criminal justice, graduated, had 8 internships, went to ATF, DEA, Cincinnati Police, and I realized in little internships, I do not want to do this shit. That shit is real. There's a lot of stuff we don't think about. And I'm kind of salty because I didn't realize none of that until I'm in the internship, like a piece of paper away from joining. But long story short, I'm not trying to sell guns and drugs to dope boys and chase them down and catch bigger fish. Like, it's beautiful that they do that, but that wasn't me. And then sure enough, my buddy, I did gutter jobs with him before. He was like, hey, help me on this job. And then ever since then, just kept getting into gutter business more and more, saved up money, got my own materials, my own tools. And this is probably year 8 now, and I love it. I've always hated having a job, not because I don't want to work. I'm a hard worker, but like, I can't take direction from someone who seems like a dumbass.
That's me.
You know what I'm saying?
That is me.
Like, I respect authority. I respect someone who got some, experience. But if I have a conversation with you and I feel like you're slow, or you just ain't got nothing to offer me, not in a negative way, but as in like you ain't got no sense, I can't even work for you. It's hard for me to show up for you.
I can't do it. I just can't. I can't. I can't. It's like last job I had, the supervisor just won over me. Went to private school in his youth, graduated from University of Tennessee. And he told me all of that. And I told him, I was like, and here you are, working right next to me. I ain't do none of that.
That's the truth, though, yeah.
I mean,
I realized after graduating from college, I didn't need a fucking degree, and I'm pissed. So when Biden was talking about loan forgiveness, I signed up so quick. I was so mad, which I don't know if we're going to get it. We're probably going to get it, but I remember thinking probably 2 months after graduating, I'm a dumbass. I'm a straight dumbass.
Yeah.
But that kind of led me to where I am now, which is good because I got good skills from college. But like I said, got materials, saved up money, got my own truck. Me and my buddy joined up. He has already a bunch of infrastructure and contracts. I have contracts. We merged. And basically what I do day to day is I'm on the phone talking to customers. I'll come take a look at your property, go work on the properties, doing gutter replacements, some roof repairs. And I like to pride myself for being like a small business because I got 3 people total. Me, 2 other young guys come help me. Mm-hmm. And I kind of finesse my way in the system by giving people medium prices. There's only meth head prices, dirt cheap. Mm-hmm. My pricing, which is medium, like market. And then the big boys like Ray St. Clair, those ones, they charge way too much. So people see me and they see my prices. It's like an easy sale. So that's my niche in the business world. It's going great so far. That's my main focus. I want to grow that to where I can have more workers and, basically, make money. But when it comes to the whole approach of it, I don't want to just be chasing money, because people I see in this business chasing money, whether it's comedy or the construction world, they're burnt out or they burn other people. Yeah. I can't speak on the comedy so much. Construction, the same ones that are high and mighty about being the fastest, the biggest, they burn so many bridges and fuck people over. I can't get behind that, because it's hard running a business. It's hard running a good business that puts people up. It's easy running a business that makes money for yourself. I use Jeff Bezos as a punching bag, but you got all those billions of dollars. You ain't get that money by treating everyone right. I get it. It's a choice. You can say, I don't want to work here, but I kind of want to avoid the mega business mindset, because I don't like fucking people over. I'm a nice guy. I like to joke around, make people laugh. So it'll be opposite to fuck people over. So I also want to make people laugh, give them good construction work, reasonable price, maybe see a nice ass here and there. That's it. Not like too much. Some simple things.
Are there any of the skills that you've acquired from owning your own business and having employees that you apply to your comedy world?
Yeah, the networking. I got lucky meeting you in Lexington, but I've met so many different comics from my networking skills I got from, I guess you can say, college or the business world. And just knowing how to talk to people. You go up to someone who's having a drink and you want to connect with this person, but you know how to approach it. Just say, "What's up, man?" Or, "I heard about you." And that's the little skill that seems stupid is huge in the business world, because most $1 million, $1 billion contracts are from late night bar conversations, or from, I'm in the soccer game for my daughter and you're in the soccer same team, and they talk like that. It's not these board meetings that have these big mergers happen. That's where they sign the paperwork. The real work is done in the unconventional talking points, the hallways of meeting places. And I realized that early, so I've focused on that, and it's carried me for my business. And it's helped me in my comedy career so far, from finding open mics, different opportunities and whatnot. That's how I found Alex from Taco Tuesdays, was from talking to him, I think, at Go Bananas. I think Harris introduced us. But just, businesses gave me a lot of networking skills, and now that's translated to a huge majority of my comedy progression, definitely business.
I think the hustle and grind too, because if you work for yourself, like if you're not out there working, you're not getting paid.
Right.
And I would assume that would help you in the comedy world, because that you find shows to be a part of instead of waiting for someone to, text you or email you.
Sure. I think that, you're right about that. The hustle. I guess my hustle is disguised by love. I just want to get on stage and say, let me see if this stupid thing will work. But I hope that doesn't go anywhere. I don't want to get burned out. So far, so good. But it's the love of just being around comedy. And I enjoyed my turn, but I enjoy watching you. I enjoy watching new comics, watching people who I've seen before, and it's amazing.
Taking notes.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the biggest lessons you've learned since you started?
People are amazing. I know that it's kind of cliche, but comedy has taught me that you could have someone who's in the crowd who just lost their wife, their house, everything. And if they can find a way to still laugh, then it kind of reminds me that, we are kind of built to endure and push forward. And we need moments of like pit stops. Pit stops can be going to sleep, going to a comedy show, having sex, whatever you want to call it, something that brings you dopamine hits. And when people have trauma or they have a hardship, if they can get little bits of those dopamine hits along the way, we can power through anything. And that's amazing. You think about it, you can lose your house and everything. You still go on stage and have a great night and have a whole different mindset. And that mindset will power you to something different that you can never get. And me realizing that comedy can bring that out of people, it's the little thing. I'm thinking of big picture, but mainly just people are amazing at what they can do. If you can make people laugh from talking about, like I said, abortion jokes, then that's an amazing feat. You can make people laugh from talking about how you just got cheated on, caught your girl getting a train ran on her. It's like, that's amazing skill. You can make a joke out of something like that or the other one. So, and then that kind of keeps me going too, just knowing that people can go through fucked up things, have comedy be a remedy or other things, for example, and just
Or at
keep
least
going.
a distraction. At least a distraction.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, distractions sound like a negative connotation. It's definitely good because our brain is just an engine. If you know we put a lot of negativity into it, we're gonna make some negative thoughts. We get some, you know, peaceful moments, distractions. It'll give us a lot more peaceful things or productive things. That's an amazing thing to think about. Just what we put in it can generate it. So that's amazing, just in general.
I love that your reaction to comedy is the audience and what they might be going through and the opportunity that you're providing of entertainment. Jerry Seinfeld in an interview, I'm going to paraphrase him because I don't remember exactly what he said, but he said something along the lines of comedians are there for the crowd. And a lot of comedians like to go up there for themselves. And you're not going up there for them for yourself. You're going up there for the crowd. And if you forget that, then why are you even here?
Exactly.
And I love that. What's a lesson that you've learned? And it's the crowd, and it's what the crowd might be going through, and what the crowd might be thinking, and what you might be able to do for the crowd. I think that's awesome.
And that's also the attitude that we take in being in the band as well. Like the saying in music, you got to give the people what